Good evening. We're back from hiatus, or hiatal hernia. We have a doctor here today. Today's doctor is Cynthia Cooper. Let's give her a hand. All right, kids. Good. Thank you. All right, Cynthia, now tell everybody where we met.
We met and had a sparkling conversation at the Market Basket deli counter.
Yes.
Yes.
So, see, interesting things happen. Never can tell where I'll be. Now Cynthia, it's Cynthia Cooper, right?
That's right. C-O-O-P-E-R. That's right.
It's hard to spell. So, C-O-P-P. Oh,
it rhymes with super.
Copper, C-O-P-E-R, right?
So copper, yes. And I have gotten Dr. Copper before, but I always say rhymes with super. And
Copper rhymes with super.
Well, no, super rhymes
with
super.
Rhymes with super. Thank you. Yes. Now, you're a hospitalist?
I'm a hospitalist.
Means you have to be in the hospital before you'll see anybody.
Well, so yes, I'm a hospitalist, which is a kind of doctor that probably most people haven't heard of before, but it's a physician who only practices in the hospital. And it's typically an internal medicine doctor, sometimes family practice, sometimes pediatric, but the dominant part of the hospital medicine sort of group in the United States is made out of internal medicine doctors.
But so what do you do? So when do they call you in?
So what happens is, I'm an academic hospitalist, and what that means is that I am part of the residency training program at Mass General. So you go to medical school, you become an MD. You need to be able to get trained in a specialty.
Excuse me, are these the people who work 48 hours in a 24-hour period?
They work, yes, 48 hours in a 24. They pack it in. They pack it in. And they have to have supervising doctors who teach them. And I'm one of those doctors.
So you have a whip, right?
Very small.
Very small.
It's shaped like a stethoscope.
Yeah.
And so I will meet a patient when they get typically through the emergency room, get determined that they need to come into the hospital, will get brought up onto a floor, will get seen by an intern who's like a kind of first-year medical doctor, and then eventually will get presented to me, and I'll be the doctor that takes care of them like the whole time that they're in the hospital.
Are you involved with the COVID over there?
I try not to be. I mean, of course, I would try not to be. Of course, you can't escape it. Last time I was on service, they really didn't have that many COVID patients. I'm back on service next week on Wednesday. I think that the numbers are going up.
So you have time off on service?
So yeah, so because I'm a hospitalist, what that means is that I'm able to have a period of time where I am in the hospital, say every single day, say for 2 weeks. Seeing patients, admitting them, discharging them, taking care of them. And then after that 2 weeks is over, one of my colleagues will then take over that list of patients, and I get to have a little time off either to spend with my family, do academic projects, research, that sort of stuff.
Well, you don't want to spend it with your family. You get excited.
I spend it absolutely with my family if I can, but I also have other things that I like to do.
As little as you said?
No, as much as I can.
Oh,
as much as I can. As much
my
as
hearing
I
can.
Is. That's okay.
Yeah, right. So, I thought did you do stuff outside the hospital too?
So I've always been someone who was interested in. Well, I do lots of stuff. I do.
No,
stuff,
I mean medical.
I do stuff at the medical school, and so have been part of the medical school in terms of teaching medical students pretty much since I graduated from medical school.
Which was in
99.
99?
99. Yes. So I've been a doctor for quite some time.
Well, not that.
Oh, feels like a while.
Yeah, well, yeah. So you're still a young spring chicken then?
I guess so. I think I'm a middle. I'd say I'm a middle chicken.
Middle chicken. She's a middle chicken.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, I take care of. I mean, essentially, I teach the spring chickens and hope to sort of grow them up and get them on their way. But definitely, there are doctors at the hospital who are more advanced than I am.
More advanced, folks.
More senior.
Older.
Older. A little more gray-haired.
Decrepit.
You know? No, not decrepit.
Falling apart.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's a good place to be. Is that what it sounds like when they fall apart?
You are correct. That's how they sound. Thank you so much. Thank you. So what other exciting things do you do medically?
Medically.
You walk in and tell them, it's it, It's over. Goodbye.
I do what?
You go in and walk. Sorry, it's over. Get out.
No. What other things that I do medically? I write about medicine, so that's one thing that I do.
Where can we find this? You sent me an article.
I did. I sent you a couple articles actually. So there's a person named Kevin, MD, who has sort of a publishing outlet where doctors who write creatively about medicine can publish their work. I also I write educational haikus.
Don't curse at me.
No, I know. So haiku is a Japanese poem, which has the structure of 5, 7, 5 syllables. And
you might want to get a tighter mask.
I might want to get a tighter mask. I know, but then I'll get all steamy.
We got any staples here?
Yeah. I think that works also with wrinkles.
Yeah. Don't worry about wrinkles.
Yeah. So I write these educational haikus, and then I post them on Twitter.
Under what?
Something called Name the Disease Haiku, and that's the puzzle. And then I have medical students really from around the world that essentially guess which disease that I'm talking about, and then I teach them about the disease that I'm talking about.
But not in syllables.
But it actually still has to be very small, because on Twitter you only get so many different characters. So it's they're quite small and pithy in terms of my educational explanations about the different diseases. Yes. So you would find me on Twitter at Dr. Cindy Cooper. For those who do Twitter.
Yeah, well, we do Facebook too.
I do Facebook also, yes. So I've been hearing from my daughter is, so I have a 15-year-old daughter, and the word on the street is that Facebook is for old people, and TikTok is the new thing. And
they can TikTok this?
Yeah, can they TikTok that?
TikTok.
Do you do Facebook, or do you do any social media?
I do everything. Yeah,
do
Twitter,
you do?
Facebook.
Yeah. And what do you post on Twitter?
Oh, it's usually the weather.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I sent you. Do I send you the weather forecast every day?
You haven't yet. No, you haven't.
Make a note.
Yeah, you sent me some beautiful Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can send you. Damn, I'll add you when I go. Wow. All right. You know it's going to be warm tomorrow.
Because we're going out. Because my team is going out.
No,
for drinks.
because a warm front's coming through.
Well, that too.
That's what these clouds are. See them? No, those clouds outside. That's ahead of the warm front.
Oh, is it? Yeah. It was a beautiful sunrise this morning, actually.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you are.
I worked. What are you doing up so early? Oh,
I was driving the kids to their school bus. Yes.
Driving them to the school bus?
We live in this very large neighborhood, and it's, I don't know, there's a lot of time that I don't get to spend with my kids, and so when I do have time to spend with the kids, I think I probably spoil them a bit in terms of doing things like driving them to the school bus.
Get there, yes. How far a walk is it?
Half a mile. Not too bad.
Half a mile.
Yeah.
I walked a mile to high school in Queens.
Oh, yeah?
A mile.
Yeah.
Because we had a mile back, too.
Yeah. I had a long walk when I was a kid, like all the way down the hill, all the way uphill, that kind of stuff. And it was only after I got out of high school that the bus started coming into the... Wow. I guess that the parents lobbied and thought that kids were having to...
They waited for you to leave.
They did. They thought that I needed the exercise.
Where did you go to undergraduate?
So I went to Wellesley College.
Ooh, Wellesley. Ooh,
is that what the hand motion you need to do when you
Wellesley,
say it? Yes.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know Wellesley, to get there,
it's a women's college.
Oh, wait. Is it still a women's college?
It's still a women's college.
I don't
absolutely.
understand this.
Yeah.
You can't have all men's colleges, right? And then I haven't seen any.
Not anymore.
Right, and now you can still have a women's college. That doesn't sound like it's equal.
Yeah, no, I guess the question is that, even in co-ed colleges, is there a sense that women get as many opportunities? And you can argue that they do or they don't. But I was a math major and a physics minor at Wellesley.
Get out right now.
Which is like meteorology. Good science stuff. And I think it was interesting to go to a college where all the smart math people were all women. It was nice, you know, and that was different than it would have been if I had gone to something like MIT, I think, you know. So you know, it definitely is not an experience that everybody necessarily would thrive in, but it was a good college for me.
So I'd have to wear a dress, right?
You would not fit in for lots of different reasons.
What about if I shaved my legs?
You probably wouldn't fit in either. So yes, I went to Wellesley undergrad, and I was a math major. Yes.
Well, how did you switch to media? How did you switch to medicine?
So I think I always knew that I wanted to be a doctor. I remember going to the pediatrician when I was a kid and just like loving it, like loving everything about it. But then I got into math, and I was told, oh, you know, you're really, really good at math. You should think about getting a PhD in math. And
right.
Yeah, but you know, you get encouragement for better, for worse, and so I think.
Well, that's a math teacher telling you that.
That was a math teacher telling me that.
I think you should get out of math.
So what I did was I did the math major, but then I did all my pre-med requirements, you know, when I needed to. While I was in college, I took organic chemistry. I took biology. I did all the stuff that I had to, so that when I finally did decide that I wanted to go to medical school, I didn't have to go back to college and take extra classes.
Smart.
Yeah, it was smart. I mean, it felt smart at the time. Yeah.
I dropped biology in undergraduate because I couldn't handle just memorize.
Yeah.
Give me a break with this, you know.
There's a lot of memorization in medical school. There absolutely is.
Look at all the terms they have, too.
Yeah. You know, I will say some of the most beautiful words, though, are in medicine. I used to have something that was called the Dorland's Medical Dictionary, and I would have it open on my desk, and I would have this book called Harrison's Internal Medicine, and like every other word would be a bizarre word, and so I'd look it up and then would just practice saying the words out loud over and over again.
But see, it was simple meteorology. Cloud.
Yeah.
You know? Lightning
bolt.
Yeah. Yes. Sun's out. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Moon. You know, things like that. Or snow, rain.
Sure. Yeah. There's words in medicine that, like anastomosis, which I always thought was
That's in Cleveland. Dissection.
Is it?
Anastomosis.
Yeah. It's a very, very beautiful word.
Sounds like a mimosa tree.
Yeah, it kind of does. It means to join two things together to an anastomosis. Yeah. Very fancy.
Well, you've learned a lot of things today, folks.
Yes, we have.
Anastomosis. What is it?
So if you were to have a problem with a part of your colon and you needed to have it taken out, and you had to put the two pieces back together again, they would call that an anastomosis, and it would be essentially where they sewed things back together again. You know, and I don't do that on a regular. That's not my job. You know, but I really admire people who do surgical stuff.
When they sew it back together.
Yeah.
Do these stay there, the stitches, or they dissolve?
I think it depends on the part of the body that you're doing it in. They actually have some where they actually do staples, and they can do internal staples. And
does it look like we go to Staples and get a thing and stamp?
It's kind of like that. I think it's actually a really pretty cool instrument that they're able to do, to be able to just take two tubes and bring them together and sort of staple them together.
What are the staples like?
I don't know. So I have to ask my surgeon.
You hear that? We don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. There's so many things.
At least she admits it.
Huh? No, I admit it every single day.
Okay. So what are your kids? What does your husband do?
So my husband is home with the kids right now. Which is great. He actually, he's older than I am, and so he was a salesperson.
About 200 or something?
Yeah, he's like Methuselah. Yeah. So
we can't move.
Yeah, no. So he was in sales for a long time, and then he's essentially takes care of the house and takes care of the kids and takes care of me. Yeah, so retired. Yeah, which is great. Yeah. And we'll see. Well, I will be too at some point. But again, I'm still a medium chicken.
Medium chicken.
That's
with
right.
A person who can't move around. All right. What do your kids like to do? What do they know what they want to do when they become?
I don't know. I have ideas for what I think that they possibly could be. My 15-year-old I think she's really a brilliant person. She's very, very well spoken.
No, we can't have that.
Oh, well, you know, you should see her at the kitchen table, you know, the dinner table. She's passionate, very well-read. I don't know what she'll do.
There's something wrong here.
Yeah,
what are you even doing?
And then my son is just very funny, very practical, knows that he's very good at math and science, will do something, I think, in that realm, which is great. I know. You're looking for something.
Does he play sports?
He loves to play basketball. Yeah, he loves to play basketball.
Get an NBA, go to college playing basketball.
We actually, the house that we bought in Carlisle has a basketball court in it. So we spend a lot of time on the basketball court in the summertime.
What is it, a 10-room house with a room for a pony?
No, it's not. I think the people who lived in that house before us had incredibly athletic children, and so they put a sport court in the side yard. So
doesn't everyone?
Yeah, well, in terms of incredibly, yeah, I think they were tall people that lived in this house.
And they were.
I don't know. I don't know, but they had enough to be able to spend it on a sport court. Yes.
Do we have one? No, we don't.
You could have one. Ping pong table is what I would say to invest in more than anything else.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to cover? Like, yeah.
Well,
anything.
Anything at all. What could I tell you? Well, I told you that we went to Savannah.
Yes, they went to Savannah.
Yes.
That's in Georgia for the other of you that aren't up on.
Yeah. So we took a train to Savannah, which it was an experience that I had never had before. We took sort of business class to New York, and then we got on and we were in a sleeper car where they have the top bunk that gets pulled out. Top and bottom bunk, yeah. Wait,
and what about if you fell out during the night?
They actually had almost what looked like this seatbelt system that was, I think, supposed to keep you if you like went too far over around
really? An alarm goes off.
Exactly. So you don't right off the edge.
So you had the top.
I had the top. Yes. And it had to be a bit spry to get up there, you know. It was a lot of climbing. You
could have had separate rooms then.
Well, I enjoyed having the sort of bunk experience with my husband. It was great.
You didn't hit the ceiling, did you?
I did not hit the ceiling.
Okay, so Savannah, Georgia, that's where they have trees with moss on them.
They did. They have the moss, which they call Bromeliads, so they are apparently like a separate kind of plant that's separate from the trees that they're on. And
are they watch this.
Yes.
Is it a symbiotic relationship?
I think it is a symbiotic relationship.
That means they help each other.
Yeah, I think it exactly is.
For instance, like animals in Africa, they have these birds that land on them. They pick the ticks off.
Yes, and pick them off. That's right. Yeah. That's exactly right. So the rhino with getting yes. So the bromeliad hang from these trees, the Spanish moss, and it was gorgeous. They had like every few blocks they have a square where they have green and a fountain, and there'd be people with their children and women like or men pushing baby carriages.
But those are rentals.
Yeah, is that they were just for show?
Just for when a tourist is
Is that it? Is that it? Well, it was very picturesque. I'll tell you, it worked for me.
You speak with a southern accent?
You know, there was a little bit of southern accent that was going on there. It wasn't as much of a drawl as a.
It's because you're in a city.
Maybe, I think
so.
Go
outside there into the country.
Yeah. I think if I were to move someplace like that, I probably would pick up that accent. Like,
you didn't go to Deliverance, did you?
I don't think was that in Georgia? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be.
Yeah, with Ned Beatty and Burt Reynolds before the mustache.
Yeah, before the mustache. Yeah. And was that before Lonnie Anderson?
I think that was before Lonnie Anderson. That's exactly right.
Okay.
Before they moved to Jupiter, Florida. See, I have some. There's
some wonderful information.
Information about celebrities.
All right, so so we have 9 minutes and 32 seconds left in the third quarter.
Oh my God, what else can we talk about?
I don't know. You want to do some some crazy things?
I can do anything, sure.
Thank you very much. So that's for her
that answer?
Yeah. All right. These are crazy, but they're multiple choice. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Written from me.
Okay.
You want some glue?
I know. I'm so sorry. I do like having it on, but you're right. It's my face seems to pull it down.
We don't even know what your face is. You know, it's covered up.
It's a big, broad smile. I'll tell you that much.
It's like that. What's that dog that has that smile when its mouth is shut? It's a golden retriever, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, they have they're wonderful dogs.
Yeah. I probably resemble that. Yeah.
I like oh yes, the color of the hair, golden. Yeah, except for the glasses. I've never seen a dog with glasses.
Well, I know. Well, that's the medium chicken part.
They wear contacts.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah. All right. These are tough questions.
Okay.
Please let me finish the question. Yeah.
Like Jeopardy.
Please let me answer. No. Start again. Please let me read it completely, and there's usually 4 choices, sometimes 5. All right? Now, some of you may have heard this before because it's been, well, you wouldn't remember anyway, folks. So here we go. The U.S. has how many states? I know this is tough. I could do this in school and I get it wrong. A, 32. B, 67. Here's what I did in class. C, 50.
Okay.
D, 88, or E, hike. Football. What do you got?
C50.
50. They should give her. All right,
Yay.
good. That's good. All right,
if you do that emphasis each time, it'll be helpful.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because these are tough. The first president of the U.S. was A, Barry Manilow. Think not. B, Bob Newhart.
Oh.
C, Peggy Lee.
Oh.
Yeah. You give me fever. Yeah. D, George Washington. Oh, D, George Washington. What do you got?
D, George Washington.
Very good. I'm going to see how good you are. We're not going to.
Okay, no emphasis.
What country starts with the letter I? This is tough. A, Belgium. B, Italy. C, England, or D, France?
B, Italy.
See that? Toughies, huh?
These are tough.
The largest continent is A, Brooklyn, which is not a continent. B, Europe. C, Asia, or D, Los Angeles?
C, Asia.
Asia, look at this. It's unbelievable. She is smart, ladies and gentlemen. Our NBC stands for National Broadcasting Company. B, Cleveland. C, St. Louis. D, New Baby Clothes.
National Broadcasting Company.
That's good. Very good. Give her another one.
Ding.
Let's get with it over there. All right, now here's a math question. Ready?
Yeah.
For math major. 2 plus 2 equal what? A, and before you answer, I have to tell you something. A, 1.765431. B, 8. C, 4, or D, 17 squared. Now, what they would probably pick is A, 1.765431, because it's so exact.
It is very exact.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it is. I know, but it's C, 4.
That's correct. The second option was 17 squared.
Yeah,
I think
it would have been, you could have just said 2 squared. That would have been.
That would have gotten them.
Yeah.
What else have we got here for the example? Okay, let's see. All right. Florida contains what city? This is tough. B, New York. How about A, New York? B, Detroit. C, Miami. Or D, Boston?
D, Miami.
Thank you. Isn't she amazing?
Have you been to Miami?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, I have.
You been there?
Sure.
It's an atlas here. What'd you do in Miami?
I think we got on a cruise ship.
To where, Brooklyn?
Yeah, cruise ship, yeah.
Go take the Staten Island ferry if you want to cruise.
To the Bahamas. Yes.
The Bahamas?
Yeah, it's been a while.
When did you do that?
I mean, many years ago. We took the family on a Disney cruise.
They're probably not running those now.
They are, actually. You need to have like proof of vaccination. I don't know if you have to have proof of testing or what, but we actually have one scheduled for February.
You have one?
We do, yeah. I mean, tentatively. I mean, it's one of those things where my 12-year-old son, I asked my kids if they wanted to go on a trip with just me, you know, when they were 8 years old, and my daughter, we went to England. My son, all he wanted to go was go to a Disney cruise, and so Disney cruise is a big thing for him.
What, you went to England?
I went to England with my daughter. Yes.
When was this?
When she was 8, so 7 years ago.
England now, you know, the climate's changed over there. They get heat waves in the summer.
Do they? Yeah. I think we went in May.
No, that's not too warm.
It was lovely. It was really, really nice. They had a transit strike when we went there. You know.
They probably thought they were in Vancouver, British Columbia. You know.
Maybe.
They have strikes all the time.
Yeah. So we couldn't use the tube for a day or two, but we got to do the double-decker buses, and that was lots of fun.
Get on TV.
Did we get on TV in London? No, we did. Bizarrely, we went in to go see to get tea in London, and I had just randomly picked this place to go get tea because I had read about it in a magazine that there had been like a celebrity who had gone there, and so we went to the restaurant to go get tea, and I walked around the restaurant, and there was a guy that I knew from Boston who worked at my hospital who just happened to be at the same restaurant in London, of all places. Yeah, so took a picture of him with my daughter. It was amazing, you know, small world kind of thing.
He's probably following you.
He probably is. Yes. Yeah. He's probably outside right now.
Is he at the hospital?
He still is. He's a big researcher at Harvard Medical School about sort of interesting outcomes.
Really?
Yeah, about things like how much women make versus men in their careers in medicine. That was this big paper that just came out. And it was about $3 million less in their lifetime.
But how many millions do they make?
Well, that's more than 3 million.
See, you know, it's all relative.
Yeah.
If you're making 10 million and the other guy's making 13,
yeah,
you're making 10 million.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
How many people make that kind of money?
I know, but it still seems unfair.
Yes, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like these athletes, the Mets had a pitcher. They offered them what the hell is it? Something like 118 and a half, right?
Per game.
No, per minute.
Okay.
For the season, right?
Yeah.
And they helped put his arm together.
Okay, sure.
Okay. They paid for it. They offered him 18 and a half for this year. So he goes to the Angels for 22 or 23. Excuse me?
Yeah.
They just put your arm together.
I know. That is. Those are sort of astronomical numbers. Well, I mean, Elon Musk, you can't even think about that kind of number in terms of how much money he has.
He was picked, Person of the Year.
Was he?
Yeah, in Time magazine.
Okay, well.
Go figure.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the running. You could have been. I would have voted for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, here's a final toughie.
Okay.
Bob Newhart.
Yes.
He's still alive, you know.
I hope he is.
What is he, 90-something? 3, 2, 1? Huh? No, what? How old is he?
91.
About 91. His best friend died, though, Don Rickles.
Did he? I guess he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Okay.
They were like that.
Yeah.
They went on trips all over the place, too.
Huh.
All right, April, what am I doing? Oh, Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart, yes.
This is a redundant, a dentist.
Uh-huh.
I like this one, a podiatrist.
Uh-huh.
Comedian. Or veterinarian. So it's dentist, podiatrist, comedian, veterinarian. Yes.
He's a comedian.
Very good. All right. Very funny, too. So we have about 45 seconds left. Let's have the kids give her a hand. Come on. Let's go. Come on. I thought they were on vacation.
It's my first time on TV.
See that? Her first. Give her another one. It's her first time on TV. Come on. Thank you, kids. Thank you, kids. All right. Get out of here, kids. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks, kids. We have 21 seconds left. I want to thank you, Dr. Cynthia Cooper, for being on this show.
Thank you very much. It's been so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I loved started talking with you when we were at the deli counter. It's been wonderful to continue that conversation.
See that, folks? By the way, if you want to be a guest on the show, call the station. It's WestfordCAT. We're in the book. We're online. We're everywhere. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Ed Sullivan is dead, but Cohen isn't. And when it comes to weather, Cohen's smart. As New York as you get, his money's on the Mets, which goes to show that Ed's a Joe who always bets his heart. You'll hear a slick review or two from Nicky. And Cantor Something Berg will sing some song. There's weather news and shtick, enough to make you sick. You'll be glad you came.